Inserting cast members in the score. After we imported our Photoshop layers to director environment using Photocaster, as explained in the previous lesson, it's all available now in the cast panel. In the cast panel, so as we can call them cast members. Cast members are all like actors in a movie or in a theater. All the actors are sitting behind until they can be presented in their specific time. They are all now selected in the cast and we can insert them to our stage. But we want to know the difference between dragging our members directly to the stage or to drag them to the score. The result can be the same in regard to inserting any cast member can be done through the score or through directly the stage. But there is a difference. The difference is when we drag our items to the score, it's all coming in the same registration points for the original file. But when we drag these items or these cast members directly to the stage, we can decide ourselves to decide the position or the registration. So when we leave the objects, they will take this placement, which can be wrong comparing with the original or the right registration point. So I think you agree with me that is the right way is to drag or to insert our members to the score, not to the stage, every time you want to keep registration point. This is number one. Number two, also before to insert members to the score, you have to decide which members to include and which members to exclude. As you see, all Photoshop layers are now inserted in the score. And I think this is not wanted. We have all the titles and we have all the text contents and maybe other items we don't want to present in this time. So before to insert items, we can exclude unneeded layers. This can happen through selection, normal selection. All the members are now selected and highlighted in blue as you see. You can press Ctrl from your keyboard and click the items you want to exclude. So some control and clicks to exclude unneeded items. These are all the text content we will have in our presentation, and in the first animation, in the first animated intro I will create in the next lessons, we don't need also for this button or the over state of the button or the down state of the button and the other button for the previous and the next. All the titles also unneeded to be presented in the first phase of our animation. So we have it all now excluded. Now only the selected items, the selected members are the members we want to have in our first animation. I think we can also exclude like these buttons, button 7 roll, button 6 roll, roll to express rollover states for these buttons. It's also unneeded for this phase in our work. Now the selected layers are the needed for this phase in our work. We can directly drag to insert in the score and automatically it will be presented on the score. And here is a point we can refer to. We can find all the sprites coming to the frame 15 length. This is time length. It's coming by default 15. I want to teach you that when we have items in the cast, its cast member. And when inserted in the score and presented in the stage, it is then named sprites. So the sprite is a cast member displayed or presented in the score. Okay? And this is what we can find for all the naming of all the sprites. Sprite, as you see. And regarding the default timeline or time length, 15 frames, we can edit or change from the preferences of director software. From edit, preferences, sprite, you can find this span duration as the default value 15, where you can change. I think the default for the software is 30 frames. Anyway, you can change or decide different values or different frame numbers for span duration. And here you can find all the needed items you want to start your animation or animated intro in your project are now inserted to the movie and to the score.